Welcome back, travel fans. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides, and this is part 2 of my ship tour on Harmony of the Seas. If you missed part 1, it is linked in the description below, and if you subscribe to my channel, press that subscription button down below and the little bell button next to it, then you'll get the updates of when the next parts are coming as well. Okay, to just give you an idea compared to the last video, all I did from the end of the last video was literally go up one flight of stairs. So behind me is another section of the main dining room, which is now called Silk, at least this section is, and it's right across from the elevators, which are here. And if I walk now towards the front of the ship, I'm going to be going through the Royal Promenade, which is something you also know if you've been on any of the other bigger Royal Caribbean ships, like the Independence or the Mariner or the Navigator. Let's go on through the Royal Promenade. Okay, here's something I was confused about before I got on board, and actually it took me a couple days to figure it out, or to get it in my head after I got on board. I was assuming that the Royal Promenade and Central Park and the boardwalk were all on one level, like you could walk through from one to the other to the back of the ship. But it's not like that at all. They're stacked on top of each other, actually. This is the Royal Promenade, which is deck 5, and above it, like up there, is Central Park, actually. So when you're in Central Park, there's these cool domed windows, and you can look down into the Royal Promenade, and you'll see that in that section of the video as well. But if we continue our tour walking towards the front of the ship, one of the first things we come to here is the one of the Royal IQ stations. And these are interactive touch screens, so you can find out more about what's going on the ship and make reservations and stuff like that. And I'm gonna make a video about that as well. If it's done already, it will be linked in the description below. Otherwise, like I always say, subscribe to my channel and then you'll find out when it's finished. But this is a cool innovation. It's one of the updates and one of the uses of technology that Royal Caribbean has started using, and I think it's a cool thing. And it reminds me a little bit of the Fast Pass system, the new Fast Pass system at Disney with the magic bands. Behind me is also, well, so that's Silk back there. And we've got the small loyalty desk here, and this is the port and shopping guide desk. Moving on, I've walked just a little bit further now, and I can see 3 or 4 things that I know you're interested in. For one, back here is guest services, which is like the front desk of a hotel. That's where you go if you want to talk about your room or any problems with your bill or whatever. Then in front of that is this here, and this is a bar that's like a flying saucer. It goes up and down several times during the day, and you can only have a drink there if you get to it at one of the boarding times. And I'm sorry, I can't think of the name of it right now, and there isn't a name written on it anywhere. Sorry. Behind me in this direction is one of the things that I think is really cool on board, the Bionic Bar. Walked a little bit further and I remembered the bar that goes up and down is called the Rising Tide. Behind me now is this collector's automobile that a lot of people take pictures with, and when the DreamWorks characters come out, they always stand here. And then we have also a staple on the bigger Royal Caribbean ships, the Cafe Promenade, one of the restaurants that is open, I want to say 24 hours, and where all the food is included in the price of your cruise. Across from that is the next cruise shop, where you can buy your next cruise while on board this cruise and get it for a discounted price. I've had my experiences with that, which was not necessarily the best one, but maybe somebody else has had a really good experience with that. And if you're somebody who always books your cruises that way, then please get in touch, write something in the comments below, or contact me on Facebook or something, because I guess I just need to know the right way to do it, because it didn't work out for us. All right, I'm gonna keep walking along here. And above me now, you can see one of these domed windows that goes up into Central Park. Nice, huh? All right, I'm standing between two more things. This is Sorrento's. It is another restaurant included in the price of your cruise. They serve pizza there, good pizza all the time, and they also do make your own pizza where you can pick the ingredients and they'll make it for you fresh. Then across from that is the Boot and Bonnet, which is sort of like an English-Irish pub atmosphere. And they've got interesting drinks there that are like mixed with beer. So you can get like a martini mixed with beer, which is something I've never experienced before, but tasty. Okay, the next few things here I don't really necessarily need to like describe. It's all the shops, like the duty free and the place where you can get jewelry and watches and things like that. And then I'm coming up now to this crazy moving sculpture, which is not moving at the moment. And I'm almost at the end of the Royal Promenade here. On this side is On Air, which is another sort of multi-purpose venue. It's like a sports bar during the day or when there's games on, like American football and stuff like that. And that's where they do karaoke and some of the quizzes and stuff like that. Oh, the sculpture's moving now. It's a cool thing to watch. And this whole area and all of the neighborhoods on board are actually, I don't know if it's all of them, but the boardwalk and the Royal Promenade and Central Park, they have a totally different feeling and a totally different atmosphere at night. But right now, I'm gonna continue on walking back towards the front of the ship, and there's another Royal IQ station by this moving sculpture, and we have Boleros, which is also a staple on a lot of the Royal Caribbean ships. It's a bar where they also have live music and dancing at night. And another thing that I think is interesting, and I don't know if this is on all Royal Caribbean ships now or if it's just on the Harmony, is on my last Royal Caribbean cruise, I felt like most of the bars all had the same drinks. Like if you look at the menu in the bars, it was basically the same menu all over the place. And what I really like is on the Harmony, and maybe it's on more than just the Harmony now, somebody is gonna have to inform me in the comments below, is that the different bars have different menus. So there's a reason to go to the different bars, because you think, oh, let's go to Bolero tonight because I wanna get that drink, or let's go to the pub because I wanna get that drink. And there are drinks that I'm assuming that you can't get at all the places. So I think that's really cool. You'll see behind me here is the sign pointing down to the Entertainment Palace, and that's where we started the tour. So that was the video before this one, and I'm ending this video now. Oh no, wait. I can't end it yet. There's something else I have to show you. There is a second level to the Royal Promenade. You can see it up here. And on one side of it, not this side, actually the other side, way back there, where we started this tour of the Royal Promenade. On the second level, you've got the photo area and the famous schooner bar, which is of course a staple on all Royal Caribbean ships, but it's sort of been modernized and it's quite big. All right, I'm gonna end the tour now. If you wanna see the continuation of this tour, the next destination is going to be Central Park, which is up there. So like I said, be sure to subscribe so you know when that video is finished, or turn on autoplay and it will automatically roll on to be the next video after this one if it's finished already. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. See you soon.